Bible says that we ought to guard our hearts because that's where the issues of life actually flow. In other words, we draw from our hearts. How we live our lives is dictated to by the condition and the state of one's heart. My name is Mwai, and allow me just for a few minutes to speak to you and to encourage you and to challenge you on what I have entitled, Guard Your Heart. And there are certain things that you and I must guard our hearts against. If you're going to be successful, and I know you desire to be successful, I know you desire prosperity, I know you desire God's best over your life, there are certain things that you must guard your heart against. Because if you allow those things in your heart, they will become toxic, they will poison your soul, they will corrupt your thinking, and you'll find that there are certain things you will begin doing simply because your heart is not right. The first thing I must encourage you and challenge you to guard your heart against is a spirit of jealousy. You know, the people around you, you have friends around you, colleagues around you. I assure you, every now and then, God is going to bless somebody close to you, maybe even with something that you so desire. Maybe it will be a promotion, maybe a new car. You've been praying for a new car, and God blesses your friend or somebody close to you or somebody that you know. Maybe they're not even as qualified as you. They're not as educated as you. Maybe they don't even work as hard as you. And sometimes the first reaction sometimes we get is to develop a heart of jealousy, envy, and anger, and we feel bad, and it's hard to celebrate with that other person. But I've come to realize, friends, and I've come to learn, if you really want to corrupt your heart, be a man or a woman who is given to a spirit of envy and jealousy. Let God bless whoever He wants to bless. Let God lift up whoever He wants to lift up, because your time will also come. But then the second thing is that guard your heart against toxic relationships. I mean, we are called and we are expected to love people, and God has blessed us with a gift of relationships, and God will bless you with good friends, good associates, good acquaintances. But there are people who you need to guard against, people who are toxic, people who are gossips, people who are always spewing hate, and people who are always pulling down other people, people who are always negative. Guard your heart against toxic people, because sometimes when we allow them too much into our space, that toxicity becomes our portion, and they begin to affect us. They begin to affect our mood. They begin to affect how we think, and that negativity begins taking root in our own soul. Because I have realized that toxicity is radioactive. It will affect you. So guard against toxic people. Guard against envy. Guard against toxic people. But then the third thing is, please guard against bitterness. Do not develop a bitter heart. Every now and then somebody is going to step on you. Every now and then somebody is going to offend you, willingly or unwillingly. People will do all kinds of things. Sometimes they will insult you. Sometimes they will talk behind your back. They will hurt you. You will get hurt in this life. But be quick to forgive. Be quick to let go. And I know sometimes forgiving is very difficult. But if you don't forgive, what usually happens is that unforgiveness can take root in our hearts, and it becomes bitter. We become bitter with other people. Not just with the people that offended us, but with everybody else. Please guard against bitterness, because bitterness, when it takes root in your heart, it will poison your soul, it will corrupt your thinking, and it will stop you right on your tracks. So guard against bitterness. Guard your heart against any form of bitterness. The fourth thing that you need to guard your heart against, guard your heart against unbelief. Unbelief. The children of Israel in the Bible could not enter the promised land from the wilderness after they were delivered from Egypt because of unbelief. They did not believe God, that God was able to do what He had promised. Guard your heart against unbelief. Let God be God. And I know there are things He has promised you. There are things He has said in His word. Let God be God, and pray that God will help you, that you'll be a man of faith, that you will not be corrupted, or you will not be crippled by unbelief. With those few things, and I know I could say many more, but those are very, very basic things. Guard your heart against those things. And I promise you, and I assure you, when you guard your heart against some of those things that sometimes corrupt us, God will bless you. God will take you and bring you to your inheritance and to your blessing in 2024 and beyond. God bless you. Please share this with a friend. Please share this with somebody else who may also benefit from the same. God bless you.